My name is Leonard Marange. I am the National Director of Federation of Organizations of Disabled People in Zimbabwe. It's an umbrella OPD here in Zimbabwe. Now, our role as an umbrella organization in accessing assistive technologies is by engaging and also conferring with policymakers at national level to ensure that we have the right policies that will enable persons' abilities to get access to assistive devices. So we do advise government and give our input on policies related to the access to assistive devices or the assistive technologies by persons' abilities. As we speak right now, we took active part when government came up with the national strategy on assistive technologies 2 years ago. And now we are also supporting government to implement that policy by creating awareness about the strategy itself and also the policy. And also to ensure that OPDs, organizational persons' abilities, are aware of these policies and strategies that we are talking about, as well as their members, that is persons with disabilities. So basically, we are there to create that awareness. We are also there to advocate for affordable assistive technologies by everyone, including those who are in the rural areas. So that's the kind of work that we do to ensure that persons with disabilities access assistive technologies, which are very important in enhancing their functionality as human beings in different spaces. So we also take note of the role that OPDs play, that is organizations of persons' abilities, in the same vein to ensure that persons' abilities access assistive devices. Their role again is mainly to give input towards the policies that I made reference to, and also to create awareness to their membership about the assistive devices that are there and the service providers who provide these assistive technologies across the breadth and length of the country. So we play a very important role as OPDs in that regard. As a country, we are doing a lot to ensure that persons' abilities access assistive technologies. I've already made mention of the national policy on assistive technologies and the national assistive technology strategy that the Ministry of Health and Child Care came up with 2 years ago. So we now have the policy framework in place, and government also deliberately and consciously budgets for these assistive devices through our line Ministry of Public Service, Labour and Social Welfare. So there is a vote that goes towards, from the national fiscus, that goes towards the procurement of assistive devices for persons with different types of impairments. However, those resources may not be adequate, they are not adequate. More could be done in that area to increase the resources. And maybe one other way of dealing with that issue of limited resources is also to engage more stakeholders like the private sector to ensure that they also play a part in ensuring access to assistive technologies by persons with disabilities. Yeah, some of the challenges that persons with disabilities face when it comes to accessing assistive technologies have to do with lack of awareness on where to find the service providers. So they are not aware, most persons with disabilities, particularly those who are out there in the rural areas, they are not aware of where to get the assistive technologies. So that's challenge number one. The other challenge has to do with resources. and the affordability of these assistive devices, particularly if we look at those who are residing in rural areas, distances to go and get quotations in cases where government would want to support are also a major concern, because one would be required to come to the cities where service provision is available, and yet it's also very difficult for persons with abilities to do that. So these are some of the challenges. The cost of some of the assistive dialysis is too high for the majority of persons with abilities, given the nexus between disability and poverty. Most persons with abilities are poor, and they come from very poor backgrounds, and it becomes very difficult for them to then afford assistive devices. The World Assistive Technology Day to us is very important, because it also gives us, the opportunity to think about where we can get, some of the assistive devices that we don't have as a country. So it's an important day where we join, all the nations of the world in ensuring that persons with abilities are given the opportunity to reflect on the challenges that they themselves are facing when it comes to accessing assistive technologies, without which it becomes very difficult for people to really function. I'm talking about those with the disabilities. So this is a very important day, which serves as an important platform for everyone to think about how they are faring when it comes to access by persons with abilities of assistive devices.